I believe it is correct to say that Kenyan politics right now is in chaos. But let us deeply understand the chaos. And for this we need a bird's eye view. Now the drone I've sent up there, the pictures that are coming back, that aerial view of Kenyan politics has caused me to put this into 3 different packages we're going to look at very closely today. Number 1, Kipchumba Murkomen, the interior CS, and the very dangerous game he's playing that can only end in one way. There are no 2 ways this is going to end. It can only end in one particular, very bad way. Number 2, the fact that looking at things more deeply, if you want to understand everything that is happening in Kenyan politics right now, it has been reduced to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta versus William Samoei Ruto, season 2, or round 2, if you like. And how this one is going to end. And then number 3, the deeper reason nobody's talking about, why Kenyans are so desperate and why they're reacting and responding in such a crazy manner. I think you'll agree with me. Some of the responses we're getting from Kenyans right across the board in everyday life, they are just too crazy. There is a reason to that. Humans don't behave in any way without a reason. There is always a trigger and a very good reason why somebody suddenly decides to do something that is just off the charts crazy. Okay? And that is the Kenyan, the typical long-suffering Kenyan right now. Okay? And we're going to tackle these 3 areas, 3 packages if you like, in reverse order. And so we must start with the long-suffering Kenyan, who is very important in Kenyan politics because our constitution tells me they are the final say, the final authority. That is what the constitution says, not me. Now let me simplify this further so that we totally understand why the long-suffering Kenyan is the most important in this equation of what is going to happen in Kenya next politically. Okay? You have a son, and suddenly this son of yours is a teenager, starts behaving in ways he has never behaved before. For instance, he thoroughly beats up your house help till she needs to go to hospital. Are you going to ignore his sudden shift in behavior? Because if you do, the next thing that will happen is that one day you're going to come home and you'll find your house burnt to the ground. Now you may need to sit down for this next piece of information I'm about to give you. According to official government statistics, the number of Kenyans who have left the country to go and work in a country called Russia are, wait for this one, 1,000. Hey. Now don't lie to yourself that none of these Kenyans knew when they were leaving the country that whatever they're going to do in Russia is highly risky. Virtually all of them knew that they were going to do something security related. They were going to go into some kind of military training. Okay? Now get this. You have reached a point in your life where you'd prefer to go outside the country and die rather than remain in the country without anything to do and without any hope. That is a very dangerous place for any human to reach. And you can be sure there are very many disappointed applicants who didn't make it. Boss, sorry, you're too old. And stuff like that that disqualified people. Now, in case you're still missing my main point, here it is. Imagine things go south in our country. What are these young people going to be prepared to do? Think about it for a minute. Actually, as a country, we are sitting on a time bomb. Never ever before in our history has that been more true than now. And this time bomb we're sitting on is deadly. Make no mistake about it. Now I'm going to forgive younger Kenyans for not understanding what I'm about to say. But those of us who lived through the 1982 failed coup attempt may have an inkling of what I'm saying. I do not fear the politicians. I do not even fear the abductors. The people I fear most in Kenya today are these young people, some of whom are in Russia, some of whom have already lost their lives in Russia, fighting in a war that they have nothing to do with. Those are the people I fear most. And believe me, politicians should fear them even more. Because when these people come to the ballot box in the coming general elections, politicians are going to understand what I'm talking about. Now, very recently, in the last few days, a suspected recruiter of Kenyans to go to Russia, Abwana Festus Omwamba, was arrested in Moyale in the process of fleeing the country because it seems he knew that authorities were on to him. Now, don't lie to yourself that this is the end of these manenos. No. Who told you this is the only recruiter? Who told you? Bottom line, the frame of mind of the ordinary Kenyan voter right now is the right frame of mind to bring up the change we want, we desperately need in our country. However, the very deadly thing here is that that ordinary Kenyan is not in the right frame of mind to make the correct decision. In other words, we are going to be gambling. The same frame of mind the German people were in when they elected a man called Adolf Hitler. That frame of mind of deep hatred for the Jewish people. Look where that ended. I know not everybody is going to agree with me, but that is the state of affairs of our nation, a bird's eye view from where I sit.